Are Harry and Sally still married? Yes! And if you don't believe me, you're a cynical asshole. But don't just take my word for it. The movie does give us some clues. So follow me.
My one girlfriend who has kids, Alice.
So it turns out that Alice still lives here, but I wouldn't blame you for not remembering, because she's a minor character at best, but an important one, and here's why. Whenever the characters get together to commiserate on their failures in love, because it's just too hard, I guess. Sorry, I mean, it's so hard. But the one character that doesn't, well, not counting Mr. Zero, is Alice. Who's Alice, you might ask? This is Alice, Sally's friend that isn't Princess Leia. Together, they're a cadre of modern women. But unlike her friends, Alice doesn't spend her time endlessly whining about how unfair life is. Although there is some hearsay, thanks to Sally.
She didn't even complain about it now that I think about it. She just said it matter-of-factly. She said they were up all night, they were both exhausted all the time, the kids just took every sexual impulse they had out of them.
With Joe, Sally thought she had it made. They could do what they wanted, when they wanted, because that's what Sally really wanted, right? Right?
And she said, I spy a family, and I started to cry.
Okay, so maybe not, even though she acted like it was. But that's just to protect herself from feeling the emptiness she knew her life had become. Although on the surface she's critical of Alice, deep down she knows she wants what she has. The truth eventually comes out.
It's this very cold, hard Mexican ceramic tile.
And this is the first big clue we get, because Sally's 31 and her clock is ticking.
The clock doesn't really start to tick until you're 36.
Don't lie to me, Sally. It is ticking, or at least you feel like it is. Which means you're going to have kids with Harry. But it's not just because she feels like she's running out of time or that Harry is convenient. No! The movie lets us see them fall in love first. Okay, so it wasn't quick, but being married with children is a kind of wink to the audience that they probably still be together. Okay, so I can see you're still unsure.
I have a doubt.
It had to be you.
I'll roll down the window.
Like her friend Alice, the music of the movie is something in plain sight, or plain sound.
Sir? What?
But doesn't get talked about enough. And the song the movie begins with kind of says it all. Just forget the fact that Harry is making out with a woman that isn't Sally, and it's almost prophetic. Their love is here to stay. But that isn't the only song that has some kind of underlining meaning for the movie. There's I Could Write a Book, Isn't It Romantic? Okay, maybe not Surrey with the fringe on top. It's the filmmakers telling us how Harry and Sally feel about each other. But there's more though, with the one song in the movie that gets repeated, Auld Lang Syne. The passing of time is a big theme in the movie, and in no better place is it punctuated than at the New Year's Eve parties where we hear Auld Lang Syne.
What does this song mean? My whole life, I don't know what this song means.
Well, honestly, I never knew either. I never even understood the lyrics, even though Sally kind of cleared it up for me.
It's about old friends.
And looking over the lyrics, she's right. But between the lines of what she says, in that space that pseudo-academics like me call the subtext, what Sally is also saying is, it's about us. This is our song. Auld Lang Syne translates into something like time's gone by, a sentiment which is at the core of Harry and Sally's relationship, with the song acting like an ode to that, the bond and its ultimate resilience, and that no matter what happened or might happen, they'll still raise a glass or share a kiss and toast to what they know they have and all the times gone by.
You made a woman meow?
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Like karaoke, Pictionary, and museums, Casablanca is one of the other things they share. And like Auld Lang Syne, it's kind of a motif, a movie within a movie revelation of the lies we tell ourselves and the truths that ultimately set us free. It ends with two people knowing that, through some crazy twist of fate, they'll be together for a long time to come. Because it's about
Friendship.
Friends.
Friendship.
Friends.
friendship has to be at the core of romantic love. Well, so says me in some corners of the internet anyway. Now, I'm no love guru, but I think most of us can find some truth in that, if not most of us. And I think that's what Rob Reiner and Nora Ephron are trying to tell us about love. Maybe not definitively, but at least how they feel about it. And because of that belief, Harry and Sally will be together long after the credits roll. Actually, they tell us this too with some visual sleight of hand with the older couples telling their stories. Each time we cut back, it's a different tale of how two lovers met. But that's not the point, of course. It's that even after all the time's gone by and the circuitous route that brought them here today, they're still together.
He was just the same. He looked exactly the same.
Then, in the end, it's Harry and Sally on the couch, so you can see what this means.
At that moment, I knew the way you know about a good melon.
One day, they'll be the older ones, telling their story again.
There is too much pepper on my paprika.
So, did I convince you?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
I thought so.